So Iran's in big trouble. It looks to me that the people are taking over certain cities. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts.
They destroyed a building and a wall to please the U.S. president because he made incoherent remarks, saying that if the Iranian government did such a thing, he would come and stand by them. If he is truly capable, let him mind his own country's affairs.
In the heart of Iran, a defiant tide continues to rise. Thousands of Iranians have poured into the streets, their anger simmering into rage against a regime they accuse of corruption and oppression. What started as scattered marches has now turned into a nationwide roar demanding change. The chaos has deepened. The streets of Tehran and Mashhad, home to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, have become battlegrounds. Protesters have seized control of key districts, igniting scenes of resistance not witnessed in decades. Iran's most powerful strongholds are shaking under the weight of public fury. Eyewitnesses tell the network Iran International that the air was thick with smoke and fury, as chants of death to the dictator pierced through Tehran's night sky. Those haunting words, echoing through the capital, have come to define a nation's moment of reckoning. From burning barricades to blazing police vans, the defiance has reached new heights. Protesters have set ablaze vehicles belonging to police and Iran's powerful Revolutionary Guard Corps, standing their ground even as bullets sliced through the crowd, a chilling show of bravery and desperation intertwined. The regime's internet blackout, meant to silence protesters and cut off information to the outside world, has done little to quell the uprising. Instead, it has fueled more outrage as citizens find new ways to broadcast their struggle, refusing to bow to digital darkness or political fear. New reports from the Norway-based human rights group, Iran Human Rights, paint a grim picture. On January 9th, the organization confirmed that the death toll continues to climb, a clear sign that the crackdown is escalating beyond control. At least 51 people have been killed so far, including 9 children, innocent lives caught in the crossfire of a nation's rage and a regime's iron fist. Each death tells a story of defiance and loss, as mothers across Iran mourn children taken too soon. In a fiery response, Iran security chief, Ali Larijani, shifted blame toward what he described as armed protesters. He accused them of instigating violence and claimed the government's hand was forced to respond. The statement has done little to calm the anger on the streets. Larijani also declared that Iranian security forces had identified and begun arresting so-called ringleaders of violent groups. But for many Iranians, these words echo hollow, seen not as justice, but as another chapter in the regime's long history of silencing dissent. Ali Larijani said, quote, "Security forces have identified the ringleaders, arrested some of them, and will arrest others. They will be dealt with. Our problem arose only because they used those weapons. They tried to take over military and police centers, but we were prepared, and they did not succeed." It has now been more than 10 days since the protests erupted, and the death toll continues to climb. From Tehran's bustling avenues to remote villages, the cry for freedom grows louder, a collective defiance that refuses to be extinguished. The spark was lit in Tehran's Grand Bazaar, over rising prices, inflation, and economic despair. But what began as calls for reform quickly transformed into a movement challenging decades of repression, a revolution rising from the cracks of everyday struggle. Anti-government sentiment now runs deeper than ever. Many Iranians believe the unrest could draw foreign attention as speculation grows of possible action by the United States and Israel. Such whispers only add to the tension already boiling across the region. US President Donald Trump has made his stance clear, warning that his administration would not remain silent in the face of Iranian bloodshed. His remarks have fueled diplomatic unease, amplifying fears of global confrontation should the violence continue. Ayatollah Khamenei, however, has struck back, accusing the US, and Trump personally, of engineering the chaos within Iran. As the Supreme Leader's words echo through state media, his nation stands divided between faith and fury, authority and rebellion, silence and an unstoppable call for change.
How How long do you think the Ayatollah will be in power after what we've seen play out on the ground there? When is the U.S. going to get involved now that reports of protesters being killed on the ground?
So Iran's in big trouble. It looks to me that the people are taking over certain cities that nobody thought were really possible just a few weeks ago. We're watching the situation very carefully. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts. So we don't want that to happen. There have been cases like this where President Obama totally backed down. But this is something pretty incredible that's happening in Iran. It's an amazing thing to watch. They've done a bad job. They've treated their people very badly, and now they're being paid back. So let's see what happens. We're watching it. We're watching it very closely.
There are those who engage in vandalism. Last night in Tehran and elsewhere, a group of vandals broke into buildings belonging to their own country and destroyed some of them. For example, let us assume they destroyed a building and a wall to please the U.S. president because he made incoherent remarks, saying that if the Iranian government did such a thing, he would come and stand by them. These rioters and people who harmed the country were pleased by that. If he is truly capable, let him mind his own country's affairs, as there are various events and problems within his own country. His hands are stained with the blood of more than 3,000 Iranians. During the 33-day war, over 1,000 of our countrymen were martyred, not to mention the leaders, scholars, prominent figures, and ordinary people as well. This person, Trump, said, "I issued the orders, I led the war." By this, he admitted it. He admitted that his hands are stained with Iranian blood. And then he comes and says that he supports the Iranian people. There is a handful of inexperienced, careless people who do not think, who believe this, accept it, and act according to his wishes. They burn trash bins only to please him. Let everyone know that the Islamic Republic was built on the blood of hundreds of thousands of honorable people, and it will not show leniency toward those who engage in vandalism. Serving foreign powers is unacceptable. Whoever you are, if you become a tool for foreigners and work for their interests, the people will reject you, and the Islamic system will reject you as well. As for that one sitting there in his arrogance, speaking as if he judges the entire world, let him know that tyrants and oppressors throughout history, like Pharaoh and Nimrod, Reza Khan, Mohammad Reza, the Shah of Iran, and others like them, fell when their arrogance reached its peak, and this one will fall too. Dear youth, safeguard your faith, your awareness and political consciousness, your presence and readiness, and your seriousness in the path of the country's progress. Preserve your unity. Preserve unity. A united people are capable of overcoming any enemy.